Now this has zero to do with Patrick Ta. He is an amazing artist, creator, person, and is such an amazing addition to the world of makeup. Use P. Louise eyeshadow base, and this is what Patrick Ta uses. And darling, I am not selling you anything. There's no links in my description to buy this palette. There's no sales pitch. There's nothing here. It's just what I think about the palette while I'm playing with it. And when I'm testing new products, like on my own, I think about all these things and I'm like, is this a good value? Is this something good? So I'm like, you know what? Let me share those thoughts. Post a video. So that's what I'm doing here, and that's what I talk about the good things, the bad things. I tell you if products are good and I recommend it or not, because I'm not selling you anything, darling. Okay, now I'm going to start with this one now, and I am going to go okay, I think I have to go with something a little bigger. There we go. So if I were to get ready and I just want to look fancy, darling. Okay, so I would do that. If I am getting ready and I'm like, okay, I have no time to play around. I need perfection. I need something good. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this one with a smaller brush, and then I would keep it really tight right here. Okay, that is not deep enough, so I am going to go into a deeper right here, not the black one, because the black one I would only use it for emphasis. So I would like stay just here on top of my eyeballs, like right on the curve of the eyeballs, because this shadow is not good when you're dragging it out. It could require a lot of blending and like working with it. So this is what I would do. Now in an attempt to camouflage those hooded eyes, I would stay here. This is the application strategy that I would use if I'm going somewhere and I will need to be out the door. I'm not playing. I don't have time to play. In my previous application, in this video and in my previous two videos, I just played because I knew I had the time. So there we go. Now on the other side, I'm going to start off with the dark one. And with this taper brush, and see how there's a lot of product in there? I really packed it in there. So I would go right here like this. Show that a palette is perfect, that there's no issues with formulation. You're not gonna, it's perfection, right? Because this is so concentrated. But what I did on my first video is I just blowed out the shadow, and that will show you immediately what the formulation does, what, like, all the good and the bad in it, right? Because I kind of like just spread it out and it's like, let me see what you're about. that's why I do that with my products. Like I when I'm first impressions, it's like I'm putting it on the table and spreading the cards and being like, what are you about? Not how can I make you look perfect on camera? Because I am observing it. Because telling you the good and the bad does not affect me in either way. So I am just speaking on my experience, my observation, and what I see and what I like and what, like, if it's a good value for the product, and that's what I'm going to tell you. Okay, so see that same shade? Actually, here I have some lighter. I mixed two. Here I just have one. But you see, this would be a good look, and then you could just this brush will blend out in a way many eyeshadow formulas, but not Patrick Toss. This is like the best blending brush I have ever used, because it can blend it if you go like very carefully and gentle, but if you are going for a blend out, this can blend it so good it can blend it out. The most blendability, it moves the product. So let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this one and to blend it. So I'm using this brush because I know that this formula is not easily blended. It's applying the eyeshadow here, but it is not blending the edges. This is a technique that we normally use with many other eyeshadow formulas. Instead, the brush is placing the shadow on top of the other brush, the darker shadow. See, that is the difference between this formula and many other formulas. See, okay, now I'm gonna go harder. I am really, see, it does not blend. Okay, now what I was gonna show you of me, what I would do if I'm going somewhere I want perfect makeup, that's out the window now, because I just uh went into experimentation mode with this, because I want to show you what this formula does and show you what I was talking about. Yeah, this is not what I would do, but you see, like, you cannot put this dark shade and expect it to blend the edges after. Unlike Anastasia, the popular good palettes on the market, you can actually do that. You can actually blend it. And this one you cannot, see? And this, trust me, this will blend out your eyeshadow. And it's not doing it. Just for funsy, I'm going to tap into the white one and see what happens, because now I'm far away from the ideal look. I'm just playing with the shadow again. This is just experimentation. We're in the lab experimenting. Did you see? That's what I wanted to see. Is the white going to blend this out? Because there are two contrasting colors. And it did not. It just went on top of it. So This eyeshadow is not for creating looks like with multiple eyeshadow looks. It's for creating a look with two colors, two shades. Yeah, so this turned out great. So now that I've destroyed many looks trying to play and experimenting on my lab here with this palette, I am back. I have put again this one, and now I'm going to maybe stay on course with actually doing a look with this, because the non-blendability factor of this palette has shown over and over, and so I kind of stop and dig further into that aspect of this palette to show you that you can't expect to blend in 4 shades in here. It's not gonna happen. The palette is just not, it's not formulated that way, and there's nothing wrong with that. So because there's nothing wrong with that, and it could be something amazing that you are so thankful that you have finally found this feature that will allow you to do your makeup quickly and you're out the door. So that was my next point of demonstration, until the blendability factor or lack of it showed up again, and then I followed it and continue showcasing that, like showing what that is about. Okay, I'm gonna go this time. I'm gonna play with these ones right here, I think, and I'm gonna go into this one. Wait a minute, did I? Okay, good. I did remove the other one. Did I? No. Okay, I'm gonna actually, I'm a little afraid that I might have some of the previous shade on my brush, so I'm gonna clean it with this product that is amazing. It's the Sephora Daily Brush Cleaner Spray, and I recommend that. It's only like $20, I think, and it really does clean your brushes. It's a daily cleaner, so I mean, you do want to do a deep cleaning, and Sephora does have a similar product to this for deep cleaning, but it's more of a gel. This is a spray, and the other one's more of like a thicker gel, and it's for deep brush cleaning. I don't recommend that one. I don't think it's as good as this one. Like, it just takes forever to actually clean the brushes. Like, I don't think it does a good job. This one, on the other hand, is a daily cleaner, and I believe it does a much better job at just cleaning everything. Nothing is left on the brush. It's amazing. Okay. See, okay, so now I'm like, I'm gonna go into this line right here, and this is the warm. But then I'm like, I've already played with these shades over and over and over and over and over. I'm tired of it. Like, I've seen this on my eyes so many times, and that's why I'm like, I don't know if this palette is actually, like, these 2 shades I like now. This one, I've seen it before. These 2 are, if you can call them unique. I pulled another palette that reminded me of this palette, and it's Tarte. Oh, it still smells like chocolate, and it's the Tarte. And this palette, look at it, it's the same. It's got, it's not the same, but it's very similar. It's got a black one. It's got that stone color that I just used, and another grayish color, and that color that I've used over and over again, that warm shade that's here on repeat. And then these two, this palette is so similar, except for like, okay, it doesn't have the little creams right here, but this one has bronzers, and this one is a gray bronzer that you can actually contour your nose with, and this is for deep, amazing chisel, like right here, and this is for like around here, more of a less chiseling thing. This palette, I was more excited with this palette when it first came out than the Patrick Ta. This is an old palette. I bought a backup, and this is actually a backup that I have never used. I might have just swatched it a little bit to compare it to the Patrick Ta. But yeah, I just brought this out to let you know, if you have this and you want these colors, you could probably find everything in there in the Tarte. Okay, so I'm gonna, yeah, so back with that brush, which is kind of small, but you can move around. You can move the shadow around a little bit. Okay, so I've already played with the two most interesting shades here. The black, we already know what that is. The white, okay. And these ones right, I'm gonna play, see, like, I'm not even excited. Okay. Okay, I'll start with this one because I kind of forgot what it looks like. Oh yeah, it's got that yellow undertone, which I liked. This deeper. Oh, look at that. The pigmentation. This is a brick red, which is in Soft Glam, I believe. This is a overly done eye color, eye shadow color shade. This you can get from so many palettes. This is why it's boring to me. It's boring to me that the look that I can create, I've created a million times with other previous shadows. So this one does blend out a lot more. Look how boring this is. Go in a little bit more. I'm not even doing it nicely because I'm so bored. Now this has zero to do with Patrick Ta. He is an amazing artist, creator, person, and is such an amazing addition to the world of makeup and art, artistry, and all of that, and an amazing person. It has nothing to do with him. It just has to do with my previous experience with makeup and how we want something exciting, you know, like I want something exciting. But having said all these things, if there's anything negative that I've said about this palette. It has zero to do with Patrick Ta. And having said all of that, I would be, with every launch that he has, any new product release, I would always be excited to purchase it and try it. No matter what, this anything negative about this product, if said, which I don't believe I've said, I've just talked about my observations and what to expect from it and what not to. Having said all that, it does not in the slightest affect my opinion or my recommendation of the brand. Like, I would recommend Patrick Ta is one of the top 5 brands that I would recommend to somebody I like, somebody I want them to have good makeup. I mean, like Patrick Ta. I have so many Patrick Ta products. Like, I have so many, and I will try every single product that the man Patrick puts out in the market. So this has nothing to do. It has no bearing on my investment in his brand. I'm already taking it out because I'm so bored. Oh my god. Like, this is super ugly. This is why in my first video I just gave up, and that was the first time that I gave up on a product. That was the first time on video, because I usually like finish the look, you know. But here I'm like, I just want to take this off. So this is why I'm like, I don't know if I like I don't know if I would recommend this palette.